Also not recording. Okay, now I'm recording. And okay, everything appears to be working now. So now, let's gonna test this again. I'm gonna open Secret of the Mimic. And I already hear an audio crackling. We haven't even opening the game yet, so that's a good start. I mean, it's just one option that should be disabling in the case it's still going on, but it's gonna be annoying. So let me do some clicks. Oh yeah, it's correctly. God damn it. Okay, chat. Here's the thing. I can stream. And you know all the problems I had before got solved. But here's the but. Yeah, I should picture my but now. But here's the but. I had to remove one audio filter, which is I use it to remove outside audio. And there's gonna be a chance that you'll able to hear it. Now again, I have no idea why this is happening. Why, for one day to another, it just started to happen. But I really don't know what to do. And that's what it sucks. I really don't know what to do to fix this. So chat, you're gonna have to apologize for this annoyance. Yes, I know you're seeing what I'm doing here, don't worry. I'm sorry that this is happening. And right now it's slower, but yeah, I'm gonna have to remove this, so that means that if I do this and I go to chat and type, yeah, you can hear more of the typing, more than I would like to be heard. Yeah, you heard that. I don't like that. I really don't. And now I think my whole left monitor is lagging now. This is stupid, man. What is happening? Everything was working so fine. Like, generally speaking, not just outside of stream. Ah, this has been so annoying. This has been so annoying. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry about this, chat. Okay, for real, why am I... Why is lagging on my left? Why my left monitor now is running like a lower FPS? What is happening? I'm actually getting pissed. Because it was just audio, okay, fine. Just one thing to fix, so that's it. Annoying, but it's just one thing to deal with. But now it's just the whole monitor right thing down, and at least the right monitor, left monitor, but my secondary monitor. Now it's like the frame is having frame drops. When I am in the web browser, it's really lagging. Oh my god, what is happening today? And I cannot think of any update that has broke something, which that's worse. Like, it's very obvious that it's... Jesus Christ, man, what is happening? As long as it's not a problem when I play the game, it's fine. But this is not being good. That's all I can say. That's all the options I haven't. You know what? I'm gonna restart the game. Because maybe it's just the game that it's lagging. because I had the audio thing. No, it's everything. It's everything. I swear. Am I going crazy, chat? Oh my god, I think I'm going crazy actually. Oh my god, okay. Okay, because I can my mouse moves fine in my right monitor, my main monitor, but in the secondary monitor, I swear it's lagging. Like it goes at lower FPS. Okay, let me see if somehow I end up activating a lower FPS on my secondary monitor somehow. No, it's only stuck in a predetermined 60. Okay, actually it's back to normal. Huh. That is so weird. I don't know what is happening today, with today's streams. Last stream everything worked perfectly fine. And now I had to remove one audio plugin or deactivate it just to be able to stream. Now everything is going crazy. At least the audio thing is solved, sort of, because now you can hear a bit more of the echo or the things from the outside I don't want to be captured on stream. But see, this is so strange. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how. I don't know why. Wait, I'll say the game. I don't know why. But hey, as long as at least I can do one speedrun today after like this whole hour of technical difficulties. At least that's something. But yeah, Chad, how you doing today? I know the stream it shows like it's 7 minutes, but if you go to my channel, you probably wanna see the rest of the duration of the stream being from separated streams. One 7 minutes, 1 2 minutes, 11 minutes, and I'm sure that's more. Well, I deleted one. Because that will be like, okay, that's all I need to do, and that's it. I don't need to worry about anything else. No, I'm worried about everything now. I'll delete them. There's no need to have them here visible for everyone to hate it. So yeah, chat, I don't know how long it's gonna be this stream with. I don't know how much I have to stitch a lot of recordings into one, probably. I don't know how much of the software I'm gonna make it be part of the VODS version of this stream. But anyways, chat, today we're gonna speedrun. So we are gonna speedrun, baby! Woo! Because the reason why I want to speedrun today is because I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't stream the last 2 days. Yesterday I just straight up couldn't. And today I can now, but now I'm having dealing with difficulties issues. Difficulties. Having to deal with technical difficulties and more and more and more. And it's awesome. But anyways, if everything is going to be fine now, doing one more test on my secondary monitor if I'm not lagging for some reason. I think now we can get into the proper speedrun for once.
Arnold, hey buddy.
Hey Arnold, how you doing, buddy? I can't believe I have to consider nuking my own computer because of these weird mysteries of life.
I'm sure you're right. Those Motion sensing
Only because I wanted to see the stream 1080p again, by the way.
How am I supposed to get in?
to access the building. You think of
Oh, this is stupid.
Good job. Well done.
And the worst part about this is probably this glitchy audio does not appear
Lose it.
when I'm not streaming.
Now get in there and retrieve our property. Over and out.
Yeah, Mr. Arnold. No, dispatch. Yeah. Anyways, chat. One topic I wanted to talk like 2-3 streams ago that I forgot to because my mind focused on something different. It's about physical media, which now Sony is trying to make it disappear. Not only for PlayStation, but now apparently also for Crunchyroll. Which I didn't know they had physical releases for stuff, which is pretty cool, but also sad now because they just straight up want to destroy the beauty of physical. Now, mind you, I'm not really a physical collector or something like that. Not that I don't, not because I don't want to, it's just I don't have the devices for that. And also, I prefer to spend other money on other priorities for the moment. But if I could, I'll definitely be buying physical stuff. Movies, DVDs, games. And actually, one reason I wanted a PlayStation 5 originally is because I wanted the physical medium for big consoles. That was before I had a good computer, so well, decent computer. So as you saw today. But
There's so much to be done. You want to be here.
yeah, I always you want to go full physical. The problem though is that it's not perfect. In a lot of, at least nowadays in consoles, not that perfect. But let's leave it for later. The important part here is that Sony is killing physical media for 2028, and everybody is pissed, and they're still very pissed because, man, this generation sucks. I don't say this generation was bad on all means. I refer to PC gaming generation consoles. But I'm saying that it sucks in all ways, but definitely gaming this generation has been, this console generation has been very hugely down, mainly because of a lot of issues like the things I don't really fault because not really blame, not because it's really fault of the console manufacturers, but mainly because things around the world, like, you know, early when the console started, when this generation started, we were still in pandemic. Then there was the Ukraine war invasion. So that hit the prices. Then the NFT craze, with cryptocurrency craze again, with people buying, scraping GPUs to mine cryptocurrency. Well, I think that's mainly Ethereum, but I'm sure there's others. But at least last time was Ethereum. And now we are having issue with GPU, not that much, but it is still affected by this. But with AI, because the main affected piece it's memory, and yeah, it does have. We like it or not, chat. This it has effects in the prices of hardware in consoles. So this generation has been very bad for access hardware. But if we remove that factor in mind, there's other stuff that it's getting a big hit on hardware, or gaming generally speaking, mainly on console. But that also has an effect on PC gaming. And now we are here with Sony, making things worse on purpose at this point by I shouldn't be that much of a long travel. By removing physical games from existence, and yeah, everyone is pissed, and with good reason. And I think what pisses me off a lot more about this topic is that there's people who do not understand that that we physical, like the reason why everybody's saying it, it's not because oh my god, digital sucks. Like no, like digital, no, it's not necessarily, but there's a lot of benefits from going digital. But the problem that they don't see is that there's a difference between digital, like at least in terms of PC of gaming. Gaming digital on console is not the same as digital on PC. But also, generally speaking, it's the topic of options. Like, you know, I'm fine with digital existing, but you know, it's also nice to have physical existing. I think having two different medias to play a game, not just necessarily a game, like listening to a song, getting songs, getting music, movie series from different formats is pretty cool. Like, I think it's a good thing. It's a healthy, more competitive, and more options for consumers. So that's pretty good. But the reason why there's a lot of push up for digital from companies is because there's more hassle with physical. Because if you are Mr. Sony and you want to sell your game, let's just say Spider-Man 67, that joke wasn't intentional, by the way. Sony could just upload the game in their stores and they're gonna get all the money from that sale. But and not only that, but like if I am Miss Wheelie, choose a random name, and I make a super awesome game 3 and sell it on PlayStation, then well, I'll get a commission for that sale. Sony will also get a commission for that sale. Like usually at least 30% on PlayStation as well. At least everywhere. Also Nintendo, Xbox, Steam. I know Epic Games they give more money to the developers as a way to justify that. No, our store is better than Steam. Like if that's the only reason why it's better. Even though I would like that Steam actually give more, like let more people, let more devs have more of their own money. But that's another topic. The important part here is that my cat wants to turn to my room. So Jackie, take your time if you wanna. Now that I have to disable a filter for audio, you may be able to hear my cat meowing. Right now it's not meowing, but if he meows at some point, just know that's my cat. But yeah, so the commission part, yeah. So now, that I explained all of that, now if we were to do this, let's say, apply this logic with physical, now with Sony releasing Spider-Man 67, no physical. As far as as far as I know, they are like they own Blu-ray, so they do save some money, but they still need to spend money on the materials to fabricate these discs, pay the people who work on this. You know, with the sales also given them for people who are making these discs, but not only that, but also the boxes for the Blu-rays, assuming they're the one making it or not. Well, either way, there's money involved in it. Also for the printing of the paper for the, well, not only printing for the paper for the game box, but also for the disc itself. There's a lot more money, so what Sony could get on the whole money from with a PlayStation game. Also keep my mod game being priced as $80 because new standard, I guess. Bravo. Instead of Sony getting the full $80 from the for your purchase of the Spider-Man 67 game on their digital store, for the physical game they're gonna get less. let's just say, I actually don't know the amount, but yeah, you get pretty much less money because now you have to do to place mass commission and that, and less, even less when it's a third-party game, like Game My Game, Miss William, the super awesome game tree, and now Sony has to get less money from that physical game sale because I mean because I also need the money. So as far as you get on physical, also you get 30%. So even though the developer gets the full no, not 30%, no. The 30% is Sony. Well, Sony needs to get still the 30%, probably or even less. Make the developer happy with to get their amount of share that they get when physical, when someone buys it on physical. And yeah. And so there's the whole thing like, oh my god, because you know the prices of the games were based on physical. And when digital started released, the prices of these games were the same as physical, even though if you're talking about the actual value of the game, it should be less from physical. But no, both physical and digital prices are the same for some reason. Well, actually, the reason is simple as, yeah, just give more money for us, and that's it. But yeah, since you know you were supposed to remove the physical part of the cost, oh, and also don't forget the cost of shipping, delivering, and the storefronts who also wants their money from their share from buying, customers buying those games. So there's a lot more going on. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot going on for a lot of reasons why companies really want digital to take over physical. However, physical refuses to die yet, because even though physical is less present as it used to be, you look at, for example, music, vinyls, even though they're more of a novelty, they somehow had a return. And there's people that are still buying physical music and even movies and CDs and series that they might not be as, again, they might not be as popular as they used to be, but there is a market for that. So physical still exists, even though there's people, including Sony themselves, trying to say that it's only 80% of user base that only buys digital, when there's actually a lot of trickery behind this. They are not considered. They are like, when they say digital games, 80%. They are also taking into consideration the games that they do not have a physical version of their game. So, for example, once again, Miss Willie releasing the super awesome game 3. She only have the game released on digital, so that's the only source for her money. As she said, for right. Speaking of Miss Willie, because yes, the Fiona is called Fiona Miss Willie. No, it's Fiona Murray Miss Willie.
You are now safe to get under the elevator. To realign the elevator,
I had to all of this.
use the slider to
But yeah,
alignment to hit.
it's because of this reason that
And please, bear in mind, if it... Great. Now that
clap.
input the following. 1,
Okay, now we can do 1.
4,
Okay.
3,
But yeah,
2,
and Sony, you just decided to add the whole digital sales, ignoring the fact that a lot of these games don't have a physical release, and manipulating the stats just to justify killing physical on their consoles. So there's, so you know that the angerness towards Sony increased a lot more. We good reasons, to be honest. We good reasons. Fuck you, Sony. So yeah, honestly, it is very annoying that this is like it's I don't know, it's very annoying already that companies are trying to kill physical media, because they know how much they benefit of having digital control over everything. But it sucks a bit more that we have Sony right now, who is pretty much have they even have to lie about the digital sales just to justify. Okay, the mission grabbing up here, but now I need a ticket. They're having to justify their lying, pretty much to justify their to kill the physical game support for their future PlayStation 6, 7. Yeah, it sucks. And it's horrible. I really hate this. I think it's a good chat. I really need to fucking for this part as always.
Shoot futuristic lasers at the cosmic targets to win a spin on the prize wheel.
Let's make that speed.
You're there. You're there. Step right up and test your skill. Shoot the targets to win a spin on the prize wheel. You're there. Step right up and smack a clown. Knock out the clown's teeth and win a prize.
Nice.
You're there. Step right up and we have a winner. And what did you win? A free spin on the prize.
Oh yes, I'm screwed up. I'm screwed up.
I gained today. Bye.
You're not done.
Head over to the prize wheel to redeem your...
I can switch games. This is so fun.
Oh, okay. Nice. Because again, at the end of the day, with this whole thing or deal is that the problem is not that oh my god, digital games are bad. Again, there's a difference between digital PC and console, but digital is always not a bad thing. The real problem is killing physical. It's a option. They are killing options basically. That's the main thing. Just why do you want to kill options? It's nice to have more options for users, to buyers, consumers. So they don't get. So there's competition, more control over media, for more not just being only logged into one entity or corporation or very few. And you know, just be there. For physical media also has been seeing a not nerf, but I wouldn't say nerf, but definitely it's not as it used to be, where once you want to play physical games directly from the source. Nowadays it's not as common, or it also depends. It really depends, because like if it's like a game on cartridge, like that's basically just fuck. It's 2617. Basically just Nintendo with cartridges. Sure, the game might be there. You can just pop it on it and directly play the game. But also there's games that they don't have the full game on there, or those just straight up have the key cards for now for Nintendo Switch 2. Which I don't hate it. It sucks, but you know, the key cards for Nintendo Switch 2, they're really just a solution or a band-aid to a problem that fixing it will require to go a lot more, get into a lot more technical, and maybe it might be a lot more complicated than doing something else. Like, there are still benefits, so we're just having the game on physical, digital I mean. But the keycard still, the keycard thing still sucks, and I hate it, and there's a lot of hate towards it, which understandably, but also again, they're just a band-aid to a problem that fixing it requires to go through a very through a lot of process. go through a heavy process of seeing, okay, how can we fix this? So if we do this, we probably can fix it. Or fixing it requires a lot more of there's a lot more trouble to fix it. It's not just a Nintendo thing that. In Nintendo, is not the only one who needs to be involved for that problem, because it's a widespread problem in the industry. But it's not only that. But yeah, sometimes the games won't come out full in physical, or they don't even have the full game inside. They will require to have it to download the rest of the game. Okay. You're required to download the rest of the game, and there's a whole can of worms with it. Yeah, alright, Lucy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I died 1 point, so that makes sense. And I'm referring to the elevator of death.
Tickets, please.
Nope.
Tickets, please. Tickets, please. Tickets, please.
Well, that stinks. But yeah, it does require to get it into. But yeah, sometimes the games will come out full on physical, so you have to download the rest from the server. So it's like the whole point of the physical being like a good preservation source. It's, I mean, that never has been true to begin with, because there's the whole like, yeah, this is going to eventually degrade and won't work perfectly like it used to be, or just stop working. I would say that the best preservation method is just having both physical and digital backups, and not just only have one. Which is the reason why I think having these huge libraries of ROMs are very important, that they still exist on digital and physical, because there's physical copies are gonna die. Like they're gonna start to die in the next few years. Believe it or not, chat. We're of course referring to other games. So it is important that we have these methods, these backups in our libraries, in our lives, basically. Yeah. As cool as it is, as cool as physical it is, it's not as it used to be. Like, even the physical games, now we go to Xbox and PlayStation, the way they work, you don't play the game directly from the disc as used to, like in PlayStation 1 or 2. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Randall Shot. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Did the... Huh. Did the follow message appear on the screen? You know, the Foxy flying on an airplane? Because I think it didn't show up. Yeah, more problems accumulating on my stream. Hell yeah. Yeah, this is Final Freddy's Secret Mimic. I'm speedrunning it. No major skips. Clock Out Ending. And it's not be a very good one, but to be fair, I have to fight against some technical difficulties, but it's fine. On Switch, Nintendo Switch. I only know Nintendo Switch. But yeah. Yeah, I was talking about yes. Even physical games on this, they're not the same as I used to, because before during PlayStation 1 or 2, you will to put the disc and just directly play the game from it. The reason why it's isn't done like that anymore is because of loading screens. Like discs are slow. So okay, they're slow. So the way it has been done is that since now there's internal storage for consoles, like they just copy the data to the consoles, or where they have faster speeds, right, Doc? There you go. Can you play it on the Xbox One? This game? Yeah, this game is on Xbox, yeah. I don't know if it's on Xbox One. I wouldn't be surprised that it's on Xbox One. But definitely it's on the Xbox Series. It's really that game, that kind of game that would be perfectly fine on Xbox Series. But yeah, so the only console who can get advantage of that is the Nintendo Switch because of the cartridges and its faster speeds. Like people, this is just a pet peeve of mine, but I always find it annoying when people say that, oh my god, Nintendo should go with cartridges for the N64. But then the N64, because sure, for the difference between cartridges and discs is that discs are cheaper to make, and it is cheaper to hold higher capacity, or at least they are, or at least doesn't increases the prices so badly when you increase its capacity. But they're slow. The reason why no longer you see people playing games from their CDs or DVDs or Blu-rays, and nowadays it just works more like an installer to just copy or install the games on your console's storage, internal storage, or external storage if you have one. But yeah, this is the way we do it nowadays. But cartridges though, well, they are expensive to make, and even making different sizes cartridges, the price still is high. God damn it. They have faster faster speeds, so that allows games to be able to play directly from the cartridges, and depending on which type of storage it is, or like not format. Like if it's how do you call this? Oh my god! I had some technical issues on the first hour of the stream, and then I don't know how to speedrun this anymore. I restart. What time is it? Because no, I cannot restart really. Well, and you know what? Yeah, I can restart. I wanna restart this run. I don't care. I originally had to plan this to end in the 2 p.m. on my time zone. I usually don't stream at this bit earlier, but because my girlfriend is busy, I was like, yeah, you know what? Sure, I'm gonna stream earlier just to have the rest of the day a little more free and chill for me, and later focus on editing. But yeah, the technical difficulties didn't allow me to have this relaxation as I wanted.
This is Dispatch with Fast Bear Entertainment.
But yeah, basically the only thing you need to know,
Good job.
the cartridges, even though doing different storage versions are expensive, of course, and depending on which,
This motion sensor is
I don't really know the format is the name for that, but sure, let's just say format.
How am I supposed to
How much of
been
a,
provided with a
what type of storage it is, like if it's like
well done.
SD type of storage or like SSD type of storage.
Do not.
Yeah, they're gonna be faster, but definitely, but doesn't matter which one it is. It's definitely gonna be faster than discs. That's for sure. Because the thing with discs is that they're mechanical; they spin all the time, and depending how the data is arranged physically, things may take a little bit longer to load, or faster, or will take it longer to load. That's why it is like very well known, the fragmentation thing, where if you're using a hard drive, or if you're using a hard drive, or you used to use a hard drive, you had this typical thing on Yeah, they're using this fragmentation tool, so your storage is a lot more accumulated, allow things to load faster. Because
powerhouse in costume, entertainment, and carnival game technologies.
how things are arranged physically, that is like maybe you have data fragmented, like maybe one image, one piece, it's one small piece is not mixed, but maybe next to this information is like I don't know, a game. So now it needs to wait until it reaches to the other part of the information so they can read it and open the image. Well, fragmentation does exist in faster storage like SSDs. They are not really a problem because of how fast the speeds are. So you don't really need to do the fragmentation with SSDs. It's not even recommended to begin with. I think it can cause problems. But yeah. Yeah, I'm okay, just a bit, you know, having to deal with the technical difficulties like an hour ago. But yeah. Like I was saying before, it's because of these reasons that I think Nintendo 64 would be the same if it went to discs because the way everything loads on Nintendo 64 allowed for games like Mario 64 to exist. I don't think Mario 64 would exist if it was physical. Banjo-Kazooie, like sure, the lower amount of storage was a disadvantage against the PlayStation with going this, but a lot of these very known beloved 64 games exist thanks to that it went with cartridges instead of discs. So hey, you know what? Say whatever you want, but cartridges has its own advantages. And I like more, and I am very happy that N64 went with cartridge instead of disc. But people often forgot that. Yeah, even though this has a lot more storage, the speed also does play a lot when making a game. Because I mean, sure, you can make Mario 64 on a slow format like in discs, but do you want your players to have frame drops or having to wait for things to load? Like the reason why the loading screens were very long on discs, like in PlayStation, is because they know that they cannot just load things while the game is running. Yes, I restarted the run. I have time for another one. But yeah, because it was going very bad. Very horrible. But yeah, like I was saying before, even though like the way developer has to deal with it, it's just like, okay, you know what? Let's load everything at once. Well, not everything, like the things you're gonna do, like at level 1, load the full level 1, just so the players have to deal with frame rate issues, and they have to deal with the loading screens. While in Nintendo 64 with cartridges, they were able to load things. They don't need to load everything at once. They could load things over a little bit in bits, which allowed things to run faster. And loadings were fast, and there was no need for having to load everything into memory. And it just let things load depending on what they're required in the moment or not. That's another fun fact about physical discs. Well, with discs mainly, is that it's because of these slower speeds. It tends to be a lot more common that physical. With discs, games tends to be a lot more heavier because Like for example, let's just see this elevator. You know, there's a lot of elevators on Sotom. Like this is not the elevator you see in this game, but let's just say the whole elevator asset. There's only one asset about this, and it calls the same asset whenever it needs on different part of the game. So what happens? And the reason why it works very well for Secret of the Mimic is because at this point they expect you to have an SSD to play this game. I actually wouldn't be surprised if one requirement for this game is to have an SSD. But if we're playing this game on a disc, and the loading will be slower, of course. But one way that they can mitigate this is that having a lot of different copies of having multiple elevators as separate assets. So there's like elevator for this part of the map, but also one elevator for getting to the path that leads you to picked up section. Also for one that leads you to the Tiger Rock section. And they will put it together into the same place, so that allows things to load a lot more faster. So that's one reason why games became a bit more bigger, because they just couldn't. They just had difficulties to cram everything into. Well, just to mitigate with loading screens, basically. Because not everybody are patient, so these kind of techniques are very good for reduce net. Even though the payout, or well, the price is more storage being used. But yeah, also one thing I want to mention about this topic, because there's people who say that digital is bad, which, I mean, yeah, but the way how digital works, it really depends on platform, because when people complain about digital, people usually refer to either subscription-based stuff or consoles. Which, for more precise, when I say consoles, I mean closed platforms, because the reason why buying something in digital on PC is not the same as in consoles is because of the storefront. On consoles, you're logged into one specific store. Like if you want to buy, let's just say I want to buy, what's your security breach? If I want to buy security breach on PlayStation, I can only buy it from PlayStation, from Sony, from its own, the only store they have there. Also the same with Xbox, the same with Nintendo Switch. I can only buy it from their own unique store, so the prices are gonna be well, usually they're the same, but they may have variations. Maybe like the way they handle the digital media is different, or even physical. But so maybe for when I play, just as an example, maybe if I play, well, I pay for security breach, and you know what, maybe I don't know how to explain this exactly. So like maybe Nintendo allows you to play digital games while not being connected to internet, but it's only Nintendo does. Xbox and Sony does. PlayStation does. Oh my god, I cannot speak anymore. Xbox and PlayStation does. Which also has another problem with physical that has appeared lately in these consoles, where even though you own the game on physical, if you try to play it offline, they won't allow you unless you are logged to an account. That is the main console holder of the account. And of course, if you're offline, online there's no problem for that, but offline there is. And heck, even on digital has a problem as well, where you may own a game on oh shit, I need to check something very quick, I don't remember. Where in digital I hope you didn't hear that motorcycle. Now I have to remove one filter from my mic. But or even if you only game on digital, you cannot play it offline because it's like, yeah, you're not connected to internet, and it's like, god damn it. It is annoying. Unfortunately, it's very annoying. But yeah, I guess that's the wonders of physical. Well, that's the wonders of those platforms, because because that's an example of how those platforms having only digital support can create a lot of difficulties. Because if, let's just say, Microsoft allow you to get stored from I don't know, at Sony, you know, Steam, to be used on their Xbox consoles, then things will be very different. But that's not the case, and that's why when people complain about physical or digital on PC, it doesn't make too much sense, because while there are valid arguments, or arguments are similar or shared with consoles, they also forget that there's more than one store or sources of downloads. They just the store it's only for that console. Like there's a Steam for PC, there's GOG Launcher, there's Epic Games, there's itch.io, Game Jolt even.
Hello, employee.
Launchers for things that I should have launched to begin with, for sure. All the options are there. Like Steam is very good, it's very cool. They have a monopoly over everything, but of all companies that should be in monopoly, honestly, we are very lucky that it is Steam and not Epic Games Store, as much as Steam Sony tries to say that there's nothing wrong. Like the Steam is doing a lot of bad things when they choose these. Well, yeah, they have done bad things and they're not perfect. They have done a lot more for PC gaming that Epic Games has ever done. Okay, even as a company, generally speaking. But
Turn on the power, and you are
even for most Epic, even with that, like there's GOG games. Like GOG is pretty cool because they really does care about the preservation of video games. Like if you buy a game GOG, that means that you own it. That you can get the game, you won't have any type of DRM, so you can play it without having to log into an account. Heck, you can even run it out of GOG if you wanna. You can also download the its installers, like offline installers for this game, so that's even cooler. So as you can see, it's not just like, oh but yeah, we just have one option and we have to stick with it. Like no, like there's a lot of options, there are ways to handle the digital purchases, and heck, there's even piracy, which not a thing that it's good to do. But you know, when there's a DRM game that ruins performance, hey, at least the pirate version exists there without removing the DRM, and have a better experience than using the legal version.
Knock out the clown's teeth and win a prize. Win a spin on the prize wheel.
Oh god.
You there. You there.
I hope I can still win this.
Right up and test your skill. Shoot futuristic lasers at the cosmic targets to win a spin on the prize wheel.
I could stay here forever.
You there. You there. Step right up and test your skill. Shoot the targets to win a spin on the prize wheel.
Tickets, please.
You there. Step right up and smack a clown. Knock out the clown's teeth and win a prize.
You're in danger.
Step right up.
Stranger danger!
And what did you win? Head over to the front
Very danger.
to redeem your free spin.
Big danger.
I enjoy time with my family.
Head over to the prize wheel to redeem your...
Let's
What
see
is
which
so
game
ancient?
will I
Bye.
buy?
Bye. Bye.
Oh! Oh! That tickets please actually saved my life.
Head over to the prize wheel to redeem your...
That tickets please actually saved my life. Thank you so much, Victor, for saying that. Because I wouldn't have time to grab a ball, even to grab a ball. So that was a lifesaver. Oh my god. Tickets, please. But yeah. Oh. Shout out to Victor, my big man. My man!
Games
My
up. I enjoy time.
Please.
Oh my god. So yeah, because there are reasons that buying digital on PC is not, or digital generally speaking on PC is not the same as digital in consoles, because PC is an open platform. I do gotta say though, I do wish there was physical on PC, like there used to be, but
Wheel of prizes. Spin
there were a lot of difficulties on physical media for PC, because a lot of it's been an open platform, so that means that they can do whatever they want the way they control their physical copies. Like if they want the game to only be installed like a certain amount of times, they can do that. It sucks, but they can do that. But you know, it would be nice to have them return. But that would be cool though. Is well, I've been looking this yesterday. Is how it's not really that hard to create your own physical copies. Like sure, there's some money being involved, and I think the biggest problem will be like the initial investment, where like you have to buy. People think that physical doesn't exist on PC anymore. Well, that's not true. You can still buy a CD player burner in all-in-one that connects through USB to your PC. The serial ones that we used to have, it no longer exists. It's more like there are a lot of PC cases that includes that anymore. They still exist, but it's not as common as it used to be. And you know, so that makes it less possible to make it work, but there's at least if you're talking about physical, like being able to use CDs on computers, you still can. Like, yeah, you have to buy a separate thing to make it work, but you still can. It's not there as so much people says. But yeah, you can do that. If you GOG, for example, so you have offline installers, you can just put it on, burn it on your disk, and it's gonna be there forever. Well, not forever, but for a lot of years. And you can just put the disk on there and hit that. Okay, I want to install this. Okay, sure. I will install your game now, and keep it safe. So you copy safe on the physical copy. Okay, if you want CDs, you can technically also. Okay, that was scary. Hey, if you don't want that, you can technically use. Okay, I was screwed up. You can still use. Even without it, like you can still use either SSDs like on Nintendo Switch or even Steam Deck to store a game on there as its own game, or SSDs as it? Sorry, SDs cards. Okay, also SSDs too. Not that I will recommend it, especially since how things are doing right now with SSD memory prices. But at least with SD cards you can. Although you have to put more investment because, you know, these are smaller storage capacity, or well, not capacity, more like they are smaller. They're basically smaller than speeds. They are slower than SSDs. And if you want to buy a good SD card, you need to invest for that. not more than just any usual normal SD, but still, yeah, I do well that part. Like you technically still can, and also I found a project where you download an OS. It's a Linux OS, but you can turn games into cartridges and make it low and make it work as it was a console. I don't know how much I would recommend that because it loses a lot of the PC flexibility. And it uses a Proton warper for that. It's pretty cool. Again, I would recommend it, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, the fact that you can even make your own physical copies on PC with your PC stuff, it's pretty cool. Of course, it's not perfect. Like for example, games via DRM works incredibly well, but for games like, for example, even for Steam games that have DRM, there's some difficulties for that. You won't be able to play it offline, so that's a problem. Unless you get the versions that doesn't have DRM from sources that are not legal. That is a way. But all things considered, that is a way if you really care about the physical preservation of that. Okay. I somehow managed to outrun the banana mimic. Nice. Mine is a fucking mimic, oh yeah. Come here, banana mimic. Yeah, I wish to do this at least once. I have an SD card. I don't have an SD reader though, but you know, if I just buy one adapter for USB 3 and you know, I don't know, maybe put a copy of Secret of the Mimic there, and that's it. I have Secret of the Mimic as a physical copy on PC. It's Secret of the Mimic. It's not a game with DRM. It will be very easy to add it. Oh my god, it's gonna be very easy to add it. Bandan is lost on upper floors. And also Secret Mimic's not heavy. It's not a heavy game, it's like 20 something gigs, so easy. Heck, I can even add like scripts to make it so when I pop the game directly to it, it just runs. So that's cool. Things that you can also do with CDs, even though the CDs will be like installers mainly. It shouldn't be a problem to pop the disc and tell it to run a screen when a script when we used to put it and be like, hey, do this. You'd be like, okay, and does the thing. No, honestly, the main thing will play out if you really want to do this. It's just the prices. Like, SD cards. This is gonna be, of course, the cheapest part to do. But if your only care is do the burning and CDs and nothing else, then yeah, it's going to be. It won't be expensive. The only expensive thing will be the DVD player burner or Blu-ray, depending on what you buy. Because usually buying even a pack of discs, like empty discs to burn, it's very cheap. So mainly the thing is just it's just that piece of hardware, and that's it. And now if you want to do more complicated stuff, like, well, sorry, the discs, or you can buy like those books where you can store discs, like they're not expensive. So that's one thing you can do. Otherwise, if you want to do is more than just that, like for example, buy a box to store your PCs there, add artwork in there. If you have something, or you even have artwork on the property in the disk itself, there's a lot more. Things get a lot more crazy because you need a printer and the paper for the artwork. It's not normal paper. You need like a specific glossy paper with certain with the I don't know how you say this, with a certain thickness of the paper. Also the printer of course needs to be compatible for that, and the paint. Usually these are used for photography. Oh my god. Yeah, that stinks. But if your printer or the paint you use does not work with it, then yeah, it's gonna suck. The box cover art, of course, gonna depend on what you buy. They're not expensive, but you still have to buy things. And also for what you want to print on the method of printing for the days, it might depend. There's two methods, like there are printers for that. I think you can use printers that have included ways for that method, or you can buy like specific paper that allows you to have the stickers set up into the disk, which is a lot more manual. You can create bubbles, of course, to the disk, and of course there's the you know, this is manual. How good you managed to stick it to the disk.
I forgot to get a gift.
You think it's a paper you can just put it on the printer, and now you have to then manually put the thing. But yeah, it is still cheap to work with, but there's a lot more you need to buy, and so definitely there's a lot more to work with. And of course also the printer, the paint, also increases a lot more the prices, so the initial investment price at least. But for the making itself, it is slow. Assuming you're doing this only to this, then yes, it's slow. If you're doing this with SD cards or SSDs, like, it's not really that difficult. Like, only normal paper and normal glue will be enough to put something to represent what game it is.
Decorations. First mate Foxy, are ye having a party? Of course not, Captain. We would never. Right? Did you forget pirate rule number 22? No.
Oh my god, I decided to hurt now.
Pirate rule number 2. No decorations.
And there's no time to drink water right now, so to the next boss. So yeah, there's all of that things to consideration. But yeah, usually this is a lot more process going on. It's more slower, but it's cheap. The main thing with SSDs and SD cards is that, like, yeah, the prices are higher because you're talking about buying faster and more expensive storage. But no, you can put the games directly to it, assuming you're going no DRM. Sometimes it's, I don't know why it's not like that. It's so weird. But also there's the element of it's a lot more simpler to add things directly to there, because also being faster storage, things store a lot more quicker. And you don't need to worry too much about the quality of the sticker paper. Like, but if you care too much, then yes, but you can just use normal paper and blast it to this thing, no problem. Normal printing. Water type. Bernard!
I made a little extra. It's not enough. I can make more. Party snacks. Pirate rule number 1.
Okay, feels nice to drink water. But yeah, these elements does place a lot. when talking about physical. If you want to make your own physical copies for PC gaming. And of course, this not being pretty much actual officially distributed physical copies, you cannot just make them and sell them. You have to keep it for yourself. You can actually get into legal problems if you do that. So I mean, I don't even know how much of if you can even do that to begin with physical media. But as long it's not really a problem as long as you're not trying to profit from it. And of course distribute it alongside people. So careful with that. But yeah, I want to do this, but at least we bought one game. Probably Sotom because, of course, I love Sotom. I love Secret of the Mimic.
The perfect present!
Well done, bosses.
Foxy! Foxy! Octopus! Octopus on the starboard bow!
Curse ye, Foxy.
As of course, being media, you can rewrite it, right? As much as you want. Talking to cartridges mainly, SD, SSDs. If the game gets updated, you can put the updated game inside there. It stays there. We burn this, it's not the same.
What do you got to eat?
So that's one. So if you end up making one thing, that stays like that. So careful with that. Well, unless of course you still have a lot of storage, but usually when something gets updated, usually also changes things from the base code. So yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
This party's a downer, man. What a bunch of squares.
I still don't understand what the bunch of squares
They all work together,
means.
like a real group.
Like, is there a problem I am the square? What's the bad thing of being
You found the perfect present for the captain!
a square?
I did.
The perfect present! Friendship all along!
Foxy, this party was for me. I am ours, Captain. Who else?
Foxy! Fuck you!
Was last week.
Oh.
Emergency. Unsafe conditions detected. The show must go on. Simply shoot the targets to progress the story. Please follow the script. Reload.
Honestly, chat, besides, I think we are actually I think we are ahead of time, actually. Now that I think about it. I think like a 1 minute, so hey, this could be... yeah, Can be.
No!
This can be your record,
Another Springlock failure? According to your record, this is not your first visit to the service hospital. Scanning. Error. It appears you have a foreign object wedged inside. Now don't you worry. We will get you all sorted out. Stay right there, and I will consult the service manual. Good news. The procedure is simple.
What's my type again? I mean, last time my type has to be taken removing loading screens.
Then you'll need a stringent steam clean to soften up the remaining.
Does it ever run based on last loading screen? I don't remember.
Finally, we will
I gotta quickly run around. Yeah, I gotta quickly run as fast as I can.
You a nice long soak in the bleach bath. You will be ship-shape in no time.
You wanna be
Please
shape
take
sheeter
care
in
until
no
your
time.
number is called. There are 4,625 tasks ahead of you.
I'm not time to look at this right now. It's fine. Boop. I'm gonna look at it probably after the run.
I'm very excited about our next showroom.
Because in terms of bosses, they're
Welcome to the world's
I had my last boss. That because it was my last boss. My last break before action. Yeah, for this that one. But yeah, it's definitely something. There's something appealing that makes me want to do the whole physical thing. But also the advantage to doing that is that you can pretty much save space on your main drives. So that's it. That's one advantage. Something that I think one of the reasons why I am appealing to do that. That's just to have physical things, you know. I think at least I grow to appreciate a lot more physical media over the past of time. So why not? Even with books, like I have a lot of books for FNAF books. I haven't read most of them, but like I've been wanting to reread the Silver Eyes, mainly Silver Eyes, not the whole trilogy, but at least Silver Eyes. But I don't have any of these books of physical. I only have Into the Pit, and I've been itching to read the Silver Eyes because my girlfriend showed me a cool animation of the Silver Eyes that someone made. And I was like, holy shit, now I want to read this book again. But you know, the book, I have it on digital, but I don't want to read it digital, I want to read it on physical. I grew to appreciate a lot when I read the Into the Pit book on physical, so I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe this December. Well, not necessarily December, but maybe one of those book festivals that my town has, I can get advantage and grab a 60 pesos copy of the Silver Eyes. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how to go to Spanish if it is my mother language.
Time to do my round.
Yeah, oops, that sucks. This doesn't sucks. But it won't. Okay, no. That was very dangerous of summoning Dolly. So that's something I want to do one day, definitely. I'm definitely gonna go more with the cartridge approach. Even though the cost is definitely gonna be a bit annoying, but and also the speeds. If not, then I'm gonna go with the installer route. I know you can also kinda do that with Steam. There's two methods doing the backup way, where you can back up games, and you're gonna have a Steam will create, if you go to Steam properties, files, there's really the option of make a security copy, which it creates a folder with a lot of, not a lot of, which is gonna have a compressed version of the file, and if you go to Steam and say that restore security backup, then you can just load a folder from your CD and it's gonna start install the game from there. That's a way of doing it. But of course, this is only good if it's a game, or at least I think this works better if, of course, you're gonna play this game through Steam, or there's the DRM present, so playing through Steam is the... Oh my god, why am I failing this lately? It's not even that hard to reach to that part. It's the part that usually I struggle the most, but that part? Nah. I'll take the slower route. Forget about new record chat. The amount of time it really wastes being on here is so annoying. But yeah, chat. That's not the amount of time I had to wait for this. But yeah, chat. Physical media. It's pretty cool. And also, if you really want to like do install from games from Steam, I mean that's a way to do it even with the RM games. And you want to play these games directly through Steam. But if you want to do it without the RM outside of Steam and any problems, then yeah, you're definitely gonna have to get a installer from pirate sites. Parasites? Something like I said parasites. Stuff on pirating sites. So yeah, I removed the DRM. So take that into consideration if you want to do this for Steam games that has DRM. If you don't really care about DRM, then the security copy method might be your way to go. And now we wait. The waiting minigame. My time record, assuming I'll be able to get a new one, is like 44-20 minutes. It's lower actually, but if I do real time, then that's the time in real time. I don't know what watering sentence to say, but there's good news and bad news. The good news is that you stink.
You don't have to wait around until someone notices that it's stuck and fixes it. The less good news is that you won't have
Also, not really.
weighing on your conscience.
It don't really having to do with the topic, but it also sucks that now Google wants to make Android more cross-platform with the APKs installations. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And my phone.
That's it? No details?
You know there's Graphene OS, right? And my phone is not compatible with it.
When the rebalancing is complete,
but it is compatible with Lineage OS, which I have heard of it in the past. I heard good things about it.
1, 4,
4. Forest there. Oh my god, I forgot about everything. I mean, it was already dead run, but still. But yeah, but I haven't heard anything about it. I know it still exists, it's still receiving updates, but I don't know how good it is. Since nobody talks about it anymore. I don't take YouTube, so I'm kinda like, should I leave it talk about it? Oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow. You know what, the reason was worth it, just because of that.
Turn on the elevator and disengage.
That's pretty cool. Prepare for duplicate audio laying up on top of each other. But yeah, chat. I don't know if someone knows about Lineage OS, how good it is, like proper review, or you have reviews somewhere that's worth to look and not just like how to install this, then I'll really appreciate it. It also looks like Google will backtrack from doing that decision. I know you can still do it if you go to developer mode, but apparently there's a lot more complications on top of it, so... like there's like a limit you can do a certain amount of time, and it's like, damn, it's pretty annoying.
Oh, right. You need to realign the elevator using the real.
That's why you know, please let me know, because I really want to see if it's worth to go through a lot of... Oh, yeah.
Once you figured that
do a lot of weird processes and possibly sacrificing my cell phone in the process. Because I don't wanna buy a new phone. But also I don't wanna live to that Google world, so and when Android is like that, so it will be really nice if there's guides or helps for that. reviews mainly.
Hey, Aldo, what you doing, man? Hey. What do you think about the body, eh? Nitol.
I swear I used to have a better strat for this. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me there.
Chuplanaria, eh?
Okay. I saw it used to be different. My strat used to work very well. It was like, yeah, I grabbed the disc from the left, then I get alerted by bird, but it's easy to evade the attack from the bird. I say bird like if I don't know Chica's name. So I put this. Did I call Chica back? I don't think so, but damn, I cannot remember really. Shit, used to be good at this part. Well, not really good, but at least I didn't suffer in the process. Bro. This is far from my usual way to do this. I need to repractice this part. Because I really don't know why I'm failing to do this part as I remember it. Actually, I understand I haven't speedrun this game too much in these past 2 months. But I don't think this is the kind of thing that it should be easily forgotten. And the fact that I'm doing Incredible Beast a lot more better than this, it's kinda scary actually. What the hell? I failed. Oh my god. Now I really don't like when I somehow fail this because I have to do this and okay, I did this for the first try, but usually this is very difficult to me. Yeah, I really hate when Carnival Blitz does become an easy part for me to do, but these other parts where are like easy to do now become difficult to me. But like the practice does to someone. But again, I've been focusing on my Forza streaming things and speedrunning lately, so like if not, these things will happen. Especially if I don't practice out of on my free time. Oh, I'm talking about free time. I don't know where to spend it because I watched the whole Clone Wars series, Star Wars Clone Wars. It is pretty good. I really enjoy watching the whole Clone Wars animated series. Uh, it's one of those series where it does get better the more the better it gets better with every season, but not perfect in the entire time. Then it was pretty good. Like damn, watching Clone Wars was such a enjoyment. And I'll admit it, I cried with the ending. Well, with the last arc, the moment Ahsoka and Anakin met again, with the ending itself, but also when Ahsoka removes Rex's mask while they're trying to survive the Order 66, and seeing Rex cry is like damn, damn, it hit hard. Like I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but you know, I do like it, and I do remember watching Clone Wars as a child, and it have a lot of big memories, as I mentioned before. But now that I finished it, and I had the opportunity to watch it when the final season got completed. Disney allow it to finish to make the final season of Clone Wars after being cancelled for many years. But holy, it really hit me hard. Clone Wars one of the coolest things has come up for the prequels. I'm not really a huge fan of the prequels. Not saying that I dislike I'm not saying that I dislike them. I just think that they really feel like they want to do a lot with the prequels, but they just couldn't because they have to keep it as a trilogy, and a lot of things also work very weirdly, and other issues that everybody has told countless times. That has been told countless times, so no need for me to have it to say that. But yeah. I watched Clone Wars, pretty cool series. If you really like the prequels, or you want like more from the prequels, and you feel like yeah, it wasn't enough, the Clone Wars really makes the prequels a lot more better. Now that I watch Clone Wars, I'll definitely gonna watch Revenge of the Sith to finalize everything now, and see how much it hits me now that I watch Clone Wars. Would be nice to also rewatch the other two movies, but honestly I just want to get straight into Revenge of the Sith. It feels more... At the end of the day, this is the continuation. Like Clone Wars literally finishes with or some point, like the last arc of Clone Wars plays at the same time the events of Revenge of the Sith starts to play, so I think it's more properly to watch Revenge of the Sith first. Well, after having to watch Clone Wars, the whole of Clone Wars, so yeah. I'll definitely gonna do that when I can find the time for that. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, since the weekend. But yeah. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You're underestimating my power. It's kind of weird. It's gonna be weird hearing Anakin's from the series, from the movies.
Time to wrap things up.
Because they sound completely different.
Then you can go home.
But it's definitely gonna be weird having to hear... No, not weird, but it's very funny to me how Obi-Wan's voice is pretty much the same from the one in the movies. That's surprisingly accurate, like holy shit.
It's locked. I'm going to have to keep good work.
So there was an animated adaptation of Revenge of the Sith with everything that Clone Wars established. As a series or movie, because I prefer series. Well, 2 minutes of time loss. I expected. As much as I want to do another speedrun chat, I cannot. This stream will be longer, not because of good reasons. So, yeah. Wait, what? Wait, what? I haven't seen the the creators update. Apparently, if I say Twitch, clip that. We'll do it. Twitch, clip that. I don't know if that actually work. Apparently, it should be in Clip Manager. Now I have clips from March. Twitch, clip that. Twitch, clip that. Is it actually need to enable it? Because okay, say Twitch clip that out loud while you're live and Twitch automatically creates a clip for you. Clips show on your clips manager, ready to review, edit, or share. No setup required. Expanding to all creators over the next few weeks. Okay, so maybe I still don't have it yet. Yeah, that's very useful. That's super useful. I guess it is possible if you could press a button. Maybe there's a way to do it with a keybind, but I just don't know how to set up. And not like I really do clips. Excuse me. But yeah. No longer chat, clip that. Ah, close the game. Yeah, I wonder why they use pros. The game pros, I mean. But yeah, chat, that's gonna be it for today and for the weekend, for the week. I hope I can fix the problem I have with the audio filter. I mean, it's only one, and it's not a huge effect, but I still want to enable it just to make sure nothing breaks, or mainly outside noises that I don't want you to hear. But yeah, I'll try to fix this during the weekend. But overall, chat, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me here on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, and also follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So yeah, chat, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye, and also have a wonderful weekend.